I am at my cottage now, and before I take you guys back to the Toronto house, I am going to let you in on something that I've been keeping to myself for quite a little while now. So October 2024, we shot our project Burnt Mount, which was about a year-long renovation that finished literally the morning of the photo shoot. We had our amazing photographer Lauren Miller there shooting, and House and Home Video was right behind Lauren shooting a video for the House and Home YouTube channel. Once we got the gallery back from Lauren and had submitted it to House and Home magazine for consideration, we found out in December that we were picked up for an 8-page spread in their before and after issue, which was such an exciting moment for me because we've been in House and Home once before. That was a smaller spread. This was something that was very, very big for us. I was so grateful and so excited. Fast forward to the first week of March when I get an email from the editor at House and Home saying, we made the cover of the April issue. I got my advance copy in the mail and I started crying. Not only is this a dream come true, it was a dream that honestly I didn't even have on my radar this early on in the PMD existence. I thought that this was something that maybe could have happened 10, 15, 20 years in, and I am so grateful and so floored that we were selected to be the cover of the April issue. But also our amazing clients, Tamara and Dan. It just feels like such an incredible milestone. I am so beyond grateful to Linda, Stacy, Wendy, everybody at the House and Home team who saw the beauty in this project, who thought that it was worthy of putting into the issue and putting on the cover and just making such a career achievement possible for me. I am beyond grateful. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of the issue. Hey guys, welcome to PMD's newest completed project, Project Burnt Mount. Come on in. This home was just completed after about a year-long renovation. We did the primary bedroom, primary ensuite, kids' rooms, and kids' bathroom. And on the main floor, we squeezed in a powder room, new stairs, and a full new kitchen and dining area. It was literally down to the wire for this. These railings that I am touching, thankfully, aren't wet, but they just finished being installed at 1:30 a.m. this morning. So it was a very, very tight end to this whole project. With my favorite photographer ever, I do tell her this all the time, I swear, it's not just for camera. This is Lauren Miller. She runs a wonderful photography company. She's been doing this for how many years?
8.
Yeah. And like, I do sort of feel like you and I have grown together at the same time. Like you shot my first house.
Yeah, in the beach.
In the beach in like 2017, I want to say.
Definitely pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic,
yeah.
and like even just to see first how my portfolio's changed, but also how your portfolio's changed. It's just been amazing. I'm so excited to have you here today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Great. Okay, on the count of 3, let's say our favorite design feature in the house.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Checkerboard
tile.
Oh, I was gonna say kitchen backsplash, but I didn't finish saying it.
So I am standing with Tamara, my client from Project Burnt Mount. I'm so happy to have her here because we never actually get to like interview clients while we're finishing a project together. Let's tell everybody how we met, how you found out about Paris McKenna Design, and kind of why you chose me.
The lovely world of social media.
Yes.
So someone that I used to work with who is a client and now on your team.
Yeah.
I followed her on Instagram and saw that she was undergoing a huge renovation in the beach. And I really liked what I saw. So I sent her a message and said, hey, like, who's your designer? Is she taking on new projects? And she said, actually, I work with her now. So I did a little bit of vetting that way.
Yeah.
And then we had our sort of initial meet and greet call.
Yeah.
And right from the beginning, it just felt like a great fit.
What do you think, just for people watching this who are wondering whether to bring in an interior designer, what do you think the benefit of working with a designer was?
We would have never ended up where we were without engaging you and having the relationship that we did, because from the onset of even just the architectural drawings and having the options, I never would have thought that we could have gained 2 additional bathrooms.
Totally.
So even just from early stages and even the layouts that I think we were gravitating towards in the beginning weren't necessarily the right ones. And with your team's input, we got to a place where I think we have the most functional space.
Yeah. And I'm so happy to be here with Becky from the Property Stylist. So we took it pretty much right up to 95%. And then I asked Becky if she would be willing to style this space for our photo shoot and our house and home tour today.
It's always a pleasure and a great moment when I see Paris pop up in my DMs.
Really, it can be very stressful on shoot days, and I feel like you just bring good energy with you, so thank you.
So happy to hear that.
I'm gonna take you back to the Toronto house now and show you guys what's happening. One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is this amazing window that's here. It caused a few headaches for me, and that's because when it was originally designed, we had stairs that had one straight across landing from the main to the second floor. And ultimately, when we ended up deciding to underpin and then also do in-floor heat, that changed the heights of the floors. The window landed in a really odd spot, and we actually are gonna have a split landing between the main floor and the second floor, and actually all the landings for the most part are gonna be split. So what that meant is that the window sat in a really odd location. You could see the top of it from the second part of the landing. You could see a few inches of it from the other landing, and it wasn't sitting right with me. Because of what our permits allowed, and again, unless we went back to committee of adjustments, we couldn't add a second window on top of it or extend the height of the window. If you take a look, you can see the window was previously on the horizontal 2x4 that's just about 6 inches below where it is now. The choice that I had was to either lower the window or order a new window. It was not in the budget to order another window. Ultimately, what I decided to do is raise the window by, I think it was 6 inches, so that it was a little bit lower off the ground on the main floor and a little bit higher on the landing, so that ultimately where it's gonna sit with the two landings makes way more sense for the current height. We still have 2 windows that need to go in on our main floor. So this is our kitchen window and this is our dining room window. These are the windows that I am so excited about, and that Wan Chen, our amazing rep from WD Craftline, helped me solve the dilemma. I originally wanted a bifold window for this space because I wanted to push it open and I had dreams of serving things right through there, but ultimately it just wasn't in the budget. So Wan Chen suggested a French casement window, which is essentially just a push-out window that does not have a bar in the middle, so it's unobstructed when you open it. There have been many iterations of this living room fireplace. The very first plan was to do like a lime wash finish and just have it framed out very, very simple. The second iteration was what I was really hoping my dreams to come true with, was this like green, deep green marble fireplace. Ultimately, that was way more expensive than I was willing to put into this fireplace mantle. I went to my friends at Trumeau Stones. Mark has done a couple of fireplaces for me in my own homes and many for my clients. Him and I worked together to pick a beautiful stone that's going to go over here. So Trumeau Stones does cast mantles, so they are more cost effective than doing full marble or full stone mantles. As I was mentioning upstairs, because of the underpinning and the additional concrete that's needed for the in-floor heat, it did change where our stairs were ultimately landing. And in the basement, they ended up coming to a spot further into the rec room than I really wanted. So what we decided was to have a winder box here instead of a landing. A winder box is kind of like a pie shape where the stairs curve. So our fireplace is getting framed out right now, and down here we're gonna have a 30-inch gas insert, and then Trumeau Stones is also doing a custom mantle for here. In terms of millwork, on this side we have a bank of drawers, and then we'll have a built-in kind of bench seat as well that I'll do a custom cushion for. And then on this side is where we're gonna have all of our storage millwork. This is going to be full height cabinetry, and I am doing what I've always wanted to do on a client project, but so far have not gotten approval from, so I'm doing it on my own, is fabric backed curtain doors. So that's gonna be on these full height cabinets, and what I'm doing is carrying that same look to the gym doors. We have a sauna at the cottage, and we always used it like here and there and loved it. And lately in the last like year, Fraser has integrated that into almost his daily routine. So we had talked about, do we put it in the backyard? Didn't really feel like that was the right spot for it. And then he found a prefab one that we were gonna put in the gym. And that's when Andrew, our builder, said to us, we have a crawl space or a cold room that's not being used for anything other than potentially cold room storage. Why don't we look at customizing this to be a sauna? So I will show you now where Fraser's sauna is going. Keep in mind that it is through the utility room. Welcome. Well, that is so bright. This is the last time you guys are gonna see the house looking like this. All exposed studs and joists and cables and HVAC ducts and everything. Next week, we are doing all of the spray foam insulation. Following that, we are pouring the concrete, protecting it, and then following that, we're moving into drywall. So I will see you guys back here when the walls are boarded up. Why am I not wearing a jacket? It's all for fashion.